Introducing Pip the Arab, or more likely part-bred Arab. He has many of their typical characteristics such as extreme sensitivity, intelligence, lightning reactions and flighty nature. He's been doing groundwork for around 2 weeks, but this is the first time I've worked with him, as I want to start riding him today. I believe it's been a long time since he was regularly ridden, and his excitable behaviour backs that up. We included the original sound as I felt this adds to the atmosphere, and hope my voice isn't too distracting as a result. We haven't shortened the clips either, it's all happening in real time. Pip is an interesting case, not just because of his reading, but also his problems, if you like to call them that, can seem extreme. If he were a person, I'm sure he'd have many sessions on the psychiatrist's couch, but he's not, so he'll have to make do with me. His main problem is more or less total insecurity, especially away from the herd, and getting back to them is a major preoccupation. It also makes him ultra spooky out hacking, with any excuse to shy. This leads to all kinds of difficulty handling him, let alone riding him. The reason for this is simple. He hasn't had a true leader in his life recently, or perhaps ever, and his reactions and behaviour clearly show he's more or less given up on the idea of ever having one. He isn't comfortable just in human company, he's always jumpy and anxious. He likes people and is friendly towards them, but he doesn't trust them to make decisions about his safety. Before I start riding him, I want to make sure I put myself forward in the right way as an authentic leader, and the round pen is ideal for this type of work. I've attached plastic bags to his stirrups to give him every excuse to be anxious, so that when I do establish leadership, his trust in me will begin to grow, as in his mind I've saved him from potential threats or predators. I don't want to use the lunge line, as he must believe I'm his security and that it's all this is his idea. He starts off looking for a way out of the pen, as he wants to get back to the herd. He barely recognises I'm in there with him. You can see his head is tipped towards the outside all the time, showing how deeply distracted he is. To break this cycle, I use body language he understands, cutting him off and directing his feet. I do it at specific times and places, looking for him to signal that he is willing to recognise me as a leader. He isn't ready the first time, and although he comes to me spontaneously, I can see his focus is still outside the pen. I send him away again and do more work on directing where he goes. It's not long before he signals he is ready, and this time when he turns in, all his attention and focus is on me. He wants to stay with me because in his mind I've earned the right to provide him with safety. Now I can transfer this beginning of trust to a ridden situation. I want to take him out alone, as I don't want him to depend or rely on another horse. I want to show him we're in this together, and riding out and going past strange things is how we build the trust into the relationship. Although I didn't realise that a massive bonfire had been lit on the drive, the lads were heaping branches onto a funeral pyre of frames. There's lots of smoke and crackling sounds, not to mention the noise of the wind, enough to put most horses off. But due to the work we've just done, Pip believes we can pass it if I tell him we can, as we make our way to the village to see what we can see.